Hi everyone, and welcome back to this tutorial. This is the paper pack I'm going to work with, Kaisercraft. It's called Keepsake, and there are 6 patterns, and it is 12 by 12 double-sided pages. So that means you get 2 sheets of each design. You also get the extra bonus in it, and that is the sticker sheet. I'm also going to use the collectibles, and this paper pack, I don't know if it's still available because I've got this for quite a while. What we are going to do is, I'm just putting this aside, we're going to make a trifold waterfall folio album. I've cut my chipboard already. That is 7.5 by 7.5. That is your 3 pieces. We're going to have 2 spines, and they are 2 inches in the width, and they're 7.5 inches in the length. What I am going to use to cover the chipboard, it is, I just want to take it out the plastic so that it doesn't. And this is from Recollection, £65. I really like this paper to cover my chipboard. I've never ever had any warping with the wet glue or cracking of the paper. In this pack we do get the 50 sheets. It works out so much better. And then for our normal waterfall, and we're gonna use, I hope it's not too glary, we're gonna use a 250 GSM. This is all that I've got available. You don't need to have that high amount in the GSM, but that is what I am going to use. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my paper ready so we can cover the chipboard, and then I can show you. I don't have a lot of working space here, and it is going to be a little bit of to work it to fit it all in, but I will show you when it's all done. What I'm going to use is my score tape. This is the 3/8 of an inch, and if you've got a 12 by 12 paper pack in the Recollection, the £85, you can use that, but I don't have that at the moment. This is all, and I just want to show you, when you put your chipboard on it, there is enough paper around to bring it over. If you make a little bit bigger, you should go for the 12 by 12 paper to cover it. Now I don't have that, so we're going to use this one, and I just to the edge bring it down, and then we're going to burnish this very well. This is what I was looking for. Just burnish that very, very well. It needs to grab, and I'm just going to lift the corner because I'm not very straight, and it will be easy for me to put this on crooked. So what I'm going to use is, I'm going to use the edge of my tape there for guidance. Now if you struggle to do this and you think you will not get it straight, you can put it in your trimmer and butt it up to the side or the top of your trimmer, and that will help you. But I don't have the problem with that. Let's just get this. That's it. That's why I just take a little bit at a time so I can control it much better and just make sure that it is burnished very well. Right, now I'm going to do the next one, and let me show you when that is done. Now this is just going to show you, it's long, it's very long. Now we're going to take our chipboard and we will place it. Now this is what I do. I prefer to have the where I joined it on the spine, so that in the middle of the spine, and you will see, let me bring it over, and you will see you will have enough space to cover it. And when I place that, and I'll just make sure this side and that side, you know that there's enough of paper there for you to work with. And what I'll do is I'm gonna make a mark for me, just a pencil mark, and that is where I am going to put it. Now in between these two spaces, I like to have, just grab my ruler, I like to have a nice space there that you can fold it, because you're going to fold it over and you need to have that space. You can work on 3/4, a quarter, 3/4. This is what I would like to have enough space here when I want to bend over. From this mark and to where my front page is going to be, the in-between space there, I like it to have a quarter. I can show you. That is a quarter up to there, space between them. It gives me enough to turn, or to have that little bit extra for the space in between the pages. Yeah, snip pages now. So I will make a pencil mark all around. It's easy for me to place my spine when I've put the glue or the tape on it, and I know I've got enough space at the top and at the bottom to fold it over, because there's not a lot for you to work with. Now in between my spine and my first page or front page chipboard, that space in between there, I like it to be like a quarter. That will give me enough space to turn it over, and I know I won't have a problem. Then I will have my front page of the chipboard. I'm just going to line it up with my spine, and then I will see, okay, and then I'm going to move it over, and then I will have my mark and my pencil mark. You don't need to have a huge lot of pencil marks. It's just for placement. So when you come in and you place it down, then you know they are even. Okay, so now let's go to the middle, the middle one. So the middle one, we are going to do exactly the same. just moved it a little bit, and we're gonna do, I just want to place that on the mark. Okay, so from that, and it's going to be 1/4 of an inch, and that is where it will be, and a pencil mark, pencil mark, pencil mark. So my placement, and I'm going to do pencil marks on this side as well, and then I'm going to do the sides of the spine, and that will be 1/4, and let's put that on it. Okay, and pencil mark all around, and then the last page, and let's mark our 1/4 of an inch and bring it over. Pencil mark, pencil mark. That's how easy this is. Now we're going to put our tape. Sorry for that. I'm going to use the wider one, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to put tape all around, and I will do in the middle. Let me do all mine, and I'll come back and then I can show you what it will look like. So this is what I mean when you do your tape. You put it on all around and then one strip in the middle. I will fill in with glue, but this is what I'm going to do with all of the chipboard. That is the first chipboard. I'm going to go and put it down on my marks. So I normally just turn a little bit over, and it is so much easier for me to put it down and know that I can have a little bit of wiggle room if I need to. And I just burnish that a little bit more. It's standing up. That's it. That's better. And on my mark here, and I just need to burnish that one. It's, my space here is not that big, but that's okay. And put it down, sure it's on the right spot. Just need to move it. That's it. And I can press down. Now I can pull these little ones off. And pushed it down. And then we can do the spine as well. And make sure when you do your spine, you've got enough tape, or you can, if you want to put glue in between. I'd make sure that my tape is enough, because it's going to work very hard and you need to have it secure. I'm not going to put glue in between because I think the tape, it is more than enough. Now I'm very brave to take all the backing off. I should not, because I can, if I can do it skew, I'll do a good job of it. Okay, so let's hope and pray this is gonna be okay. It's down. Sorry for the glare. Focus. You can see I'm a little bit off my mark. Focus. Oh, this camera. Come. Focus. You can see I'm a little bit off my mark, but I've got it straight there, and I think that it's all good. Now we're going to do the middle one. Just make sure it is burnished. I'll take that one off, and I'm going to lift these ones. Let me finish this and I'll show you. Right, mine is all taped and glue, and yes, it's very long. Okay, so this I don't cut it off. It's just waste of paper. Use it. It will not harm anything in your book. But now we are gonna do the folding from the bottom and from the top. We're gonna do that first. I always do the top first, don't know why, but that is just what I do. So I just take my bone folder. So I like to use this bone folder because I use the flat side of it, and I'll just bring it over little by little, because there's not a lot that you have to bend, and just helping the paper. If you do that and you think you're happy with it, it can come down, and then I'll just, now over here goes right through and burnished it, and come down, and it's gonna do this side, and on the end we'll do the same. We're gonna bring it over, and just make sure, if you can, do it straight. If it's crooked, you know that's me, but try and do it straight. And I think I'm happy with mine. Now I'm going to turn it, and I'm going to do this side as well. So I'm going to bring it over. I will help the paper, and on this side you can see it's just a little bit. So if you use the 12 by 12 paper pack, well, sorry, the 12 by 12 papers in the black for the, I think you get it in a 65 pound, then you will have a little bit more room here to bend it over. I went to my local craft store and they didn't have any, so this will be fine. That's it. Now I'm just gonna bend it. Now I just fold that out, and then we're gonna bend this over. Gonna drop my glue bottle because there's no space here, and turn it, and we're gonna do this side. And just make sure when you do this part you are level with your chipboard. Okay, that is very important, that you bend where your chipboard ends, that you don't have it a little bit further. That is where you need it. All right, now I am going to pick up my glue, and I'll be back with you in a second. So this is the glue that I prefer to use, Arlene's tacky glue. Let me show you. I like to put it in where the fold is, and then I'll do my tape at the top, and then when you've got a little bit of wet glue where your fold is, make it so much easier for the paper because it's a little bit wet. Then you can bring it over that much easier. But before we do that, we have to do our corners. I'm not gonna pick you up again. Let you stand there. I'm just gonna turn this. Okay, now I'm going to mark it with a pencil because this is very big. So what you need to do is you need to have a little bit of black showing. So I just do a dot like that with my pencil. Then I know I'm going to cut on an angle like there, and I'm going to cut an angle like there, just a little bit, because I don't want to expose this point. I just want to do an angle. So because it's black, and if I do a nice big dot there, then I know exactly I need to make sure that I've got paper there for that corner. What I mean by an angle, I'm going to cut up to there, and then I'm going to cut from that side up to there, and I'm just going to turn it, and I'm going to bring in my scissors, and I'm going to cut. That is all that I need to cut off, nothing more than that. And I've cut a little bit there so I can fold it in and the corner is not exposed. I might cut a little bit more towards that side, but when I get to my corner, I'll have a look and see if I need to do that. Now let's do this, and and get the smallest scissors and cut on an angle. I'm going to do the other two sides. Now I'm ready to show you. Turn it, and that is what your corner is going to look like. If you've got a little thing like that, you can just turn it in. And now we're going to put the glue and the tape. But first I'm going to do the tape. And I might use the narrow one. I'm going to use this one, so I'm going to put tape all around. And then I'll show you when I'm done. Right, that is it. So we'll fill in with glue in the corner, well, in the groove there, or your score line, and then right around we'll do the same. Now I hope my glue is gonna come out because it's very cold here today. And yep, it is coming out. Just gonna lift that so I can show you. Now, not a lot of glue, and when you do your corners, just make sure there is not glue seeping out. If you need to, just clean it up. So that's basically, that is it. That's all that we're gonna do, and it just to help the paper and eliminate cracking. Yeah, I'm just gonna get in there. All right, now let me see. And we're gonna just lift. Just lift the backing off. And I just want to check. Yeah, I just need a little bit extra glue here. That's it. And then we'll just bring it over. Doesn't matter where you start because we've manipulated the paper already. And there's where we join them together. Just make sure that is pinned in nicely. And on this side. And down is one side. Just want to make sure that the glue is grabbing everywhere. Right, we're gonna do this side. I'm thinking I'm gonna take the backing off first because it's gonna give me a better to see where my glue is gonna go. And let's bring it over. And there's the joint. Now, there's another option you've got. You don't have to cover your chipboard. It's just I like it, and there's a lot of my albums that I did not cover it. That I'd cover it a different way as well, but this is for me. This is an easy way, and it does look nice. It doesn't look nice. You don't always want to see chipboard. And now we can do the side. I'm going to take that one off, and I'm putting glue very close to the edge, the angle that you cut, because you want it to stay down. And we're going to bring that over. And I can see where the glue is grabbing the chipboard already. And down. I've got a sharp point there, so just make it round. and it's gone. And let's do this side. It's easy. It's really easy, and I absolutely love covering my chipboard. This part of my albums, I do really like doing it. And on the edge there, and I can always show you, you can go in there, fold that in, that eliminate that sharp point that we had on that one corner. And down. Just want to pick up the glue, have it nice. So if you do turn it in, then that is what the corner looks like. And that is our album, well, ready to do the inside. I am going to use the same paper to do the inside, to cover that, and I'm not going to join this in a long one. What I'm going to do is I will just make sure I'm over my spine, and then I will join the other one and over this one and make sure I'm over the spine. That's the most important, is you are over your spine. Now with this, I just want to get my pencil. With this, I'm just going to eyeball where I think on this side where I want it. Now, because we cut that on an angle, you can, if you want to, use that angle for your guide right through, but I don't want to. I'm gonna go, and I'm probably gonna go that little bit is showing, and that's probably 1/8 of an inch is gonna show, and I'm gonna do it on the other side as well. And I'm gonna just eyeball it. I think I moved. Yes, I did. So what I'm doing, I can show you. I've lined it up with the line, so it is straight. I'll have it straight, and I'll use this line here, that one there, and make sure that's a 1/2 inch, and then I am making a mark on that side there. That will be 1/8 of an inch. Don't have to be perfect, don't have to be exactly. And I'm just gonna cut that piece off. Then I'm just gonna take another piece and see where I am going to line it over. Okay, so there's 3 pieces that we are going to cut the same measurement, and let me measure my mark there where we are going to cut, and that will be will be 7. What's it on it? That it is 7 1/4. 7 1/4. That will be your measurements that you need to cut for your inner section, and that is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put mine on the trimmer, and I'm gonna cut 3 pieces down for that. Okay, all the tape is done. It's on. I've burnished it, and I did put tape on where the spine area is. So in case of that, what I normally do is I put down my paper that I'm going to cover, and then I will lift this piece up, and then I will mark my back here, and I know up to there I don't have to put my tape because it's all done here, and I do it the other side as well. Very important, you need to have your tape or your glue, whatever you are going to use, to the edge. To the edge. You don't want any lifting there. I promise you, you will see it. So that one is in the middle, that one is on the edge, and that one is on the edge, and burnish it very well. I also mark a mark on that side and a mark on this side, so I know that is where my tape has to end or start, because I've got it on the edge here as well. Very important to have it on the edge, because you don't want, when it's over here, you don't want it to lift. You will see it when it's lifting. Right, now I am going to pull all this off, and then I'm going to start putting it down. I'm going to show you this one, and the spine folder is so good for this that you don't need to use your nails for it. You can put glue in between, and that I think is what I am going to do, because I want to make sure this is very secure and it's gonna stay. This glue that I use here, it is 450 quickly dry adhesive. This is very nice glue as well to use. Like I said, it's cold here today, and it struggled to come out. So just a little bit in between, and I make sure don't go over your score tape, just around it. And then I am just going to lift a little bit and turn it. Just want to burnish it down very nice. Okay, so I am lifting all my paper after I've put my glue down, and just finish that very nice. Right, now I'm going to turn it. I thought I felt something. Don't know what that was. Oh, it was me with my glue bottle, and I made a hole in my paper. But that's fine, I am going to cover it. Now, let's hold that. And just make sure that you are even everywhere. Okay, so I think I am. Yes. That was not very clever. So I'm just going to do this part. Make sure that is down. So I am lifting this up first, so I can get into this and pull this all off. pull and I can bring this down. Yes, that looks good. And we're gonna burnish. Why do we have to burnish? We need to let the paper grab together and taking out all the air, that there is no lifting. Oh, I am down. I just need to get rid of this. Don't want to go over that glue hump. And let's burnish that. A little bit over. And now just make sure that I lined up. Yes, that looks good. And then we will burnish. I'm sorry everything is so black, but you do get it. And if you are working with me, it will be so much easier for you. Finish it. That's it, all done. And now we are going to have to do our folds. Be careful. We will help the paper to bend. We won't let a paper do it by itself. I'm just going to grab the other bone folder. So I've got this one as well, the Teflon one, and I prefer using this one and to help my pages or my chipboard to bend, because it is just thick enough to go into the bend so that I can help it. That's why we had to put that sticky tape, the tape, onto the side there, so there will be no lifting, and that is that easy. And don't bend it very down, just that is enough. And you can see no cracking. It's hardly ever a bend there. Okay. You can see at the back, it is good. So now we're going to do the next one. And I have to look for it. Now let's bring it over. Let's bring it over. And there's the other one. Bring it over. You'll see I pressed too hard and I cracked my paper. But that's fine. I'll show you how to fix that. That is why I also prefer using this, but I did crack the paper. I was pressing too hard when I went up. And I can show you how we will eliminate, or how we will fix that problem. Okay, that is that one. So we just need to look for this one, and I cannot found it, and I think I did. And there it is. Everything is so black, it's hard to see. And just be careful. That's it. And that is our folio. It is in a square. If yours are in a square, that is perfect. That is absolutely beautiful. That is what we need. It is a total square. Now what I'm going to do for now, I am going to use this glue, and I'm just going to put a little bit there, not too much, and I'm going to use my finger, and I'm going to blend it in. Now we're going to go on to our waterfall first. So what the waterfall will be, there will be waterfall coming down on the back paper, the back page, where the back chipboard is, that section there. This section will get a waterfall that going over to that side. It will open that way, and this one will open that way. I'm just going to let that dry, and then I can show you what the waterfall, the measurements for our paper we need to have. And the measurements that we need to have this, it is 6 inches. That is 6 inches. And you're going to score it 1/2 inch. This way, it is 7 1/4. 7 1/4. That's 6 inches, and score a 1/2 inch. So your measurement will be then 5 1/2. 5 1/2 inches. So you can put a photo up here that is 5 by 7. There are 6 of them. They are up. Is going to be our waterfall that's coming down in the middle. We need to do the waterfall on this side. It's going to come this way, and it's going waterfall that way. And we need to have 6 of them, exactly the same measurements. I'm going to cut another 6 of them, and when I'll be back, I can show you what it all looks like, and then we can dig into our pattern papers. We need to cut our pieces for our magnets to closure our waterfalls. We need 2 of this. So I've got this piece. It's a cut off piece, and I'm going to measure it for you. It is a 5 3/4 by 7 3/8. I am just gonna cut it probably maybe in the half of it, and let's see, I'm just gonna eyeball it. The length I will use it. I can always cut it down when we are busy with the waterfall and we need to do the enclosure. And if I can do it 3 1/2. How much did I say was this? Okay, so if I do it 3, and that looks 3 inches, looks much enough. Yes. And this is what we're going to keep on the side for our closure, for the waterfall. So we are ready for that. Let's dig into our paper pack and see what we can come up with. Now I do my front last. I don't believe in doing it first. There's a lot of people that are doing their front pages first and then they go into the album. I'm too rough. I cannot do that. I will make a big disaster if I do that. My pages will look terrible. Don't throw this away if you do have something like Kaisercraft. That we can use, that I can use, those two we can use, probably that one as well, as tags. Nice paper, steady, and we can do that. So I'll never throw this away. This is definitely that I'm going to use on the front. Now I can show you. I'm just going to bring mine over. You can decide which way you want to close it. That way, open up, or you can close it. I think this is what I'm going to do. This is going to be my left hand side close. It's going to be my front, and I think this will be very nice in the front, on the front page. And then I can still put flowers or whatever on there.